Hey everybody, this is Matt with Lasso Procurement. In our last video, we went through and created a request for quote and sent those out to the suppliers to submit pricing and delivery on. And in this one, we're going to go ahead and create our supplier accounts, show what that looks like from the supplier side and how they respond to the request for quote. So what this is going to be is what the supplier would need to go ahead and do. And now when the buyer submits the RFQ, the supplier will get an email notification and an invitation to submit, to create an account on the Lasso platform. So where you can see right now, I'm in the buyer's account under the suppliers tab. And you can see for each of these suppliers that they have set up, the account is not linked or set up. And that basically just means the supplier has not gone in and set up their account. Once they set up and have a login account, this will update to a linked account. And so that's what I'm going to go ahead and do right now. So I'm going to go back and log out from the buyer account. And I'm going to go and set up my supplier account. So this is my supplier. And so I've just submitted, signed up, created that account. Now I'm going to log in. Okay, and you'll see similar to this account doesn't have any organizations that it's assigned to, and for this one, I'm going to be creating a new organization. So I'm going to click Create an Organization and submit the name for that, and then create an organization. And similarly to the last videos with the buyer's organization, if I launch Lasso, I don't actually have any permissions yet, so I need to set up permissions for this org user on the supplier's account that I just made. And in this case, I'm going to go ahead and for the estimator, I'm just going to provide edit access for everything. So estimator, and I'm just going to do invoice opportunity, and I can the org admin can always update these at a later time. But so they'll have the edit for the work orders and the big ones. So for sales or the suppliers, the opportunities, the work orders, and the invoices. But like I mentioned, I'm going to provide edit access to all of these and select my user. And I've got my estimator account. I'm going to go ahead and create that group. And so then I can go ahead and launch the Lasso platform. It'll by default put me under procurement. I just need to go ahead and click on sales. And then you'll see under my opportunities, I'll have that opportunity that was just submitted from my customer. So I'm under that account that I just created, and my customer will that'll just be these items that were just submitted, and I'll have the files that I can go ahead and download, and it'll start that download. I can open those and review them, but I'm going to go ahead and click into this opportunity, and you can see I've got my deadline, the files, any notes. So those were the notes that the buyer submitted, and likewise, I can submit any response notes that I want to include, response, to the buyer. And then if I want any files, I can upload those and save those as well. But for now, I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to input my pricing, and then I'll do the delivery date, and you'll see that the requested date or the required date from my buyer was November 12th, and so that's a date that if that's a date you can meet. The supplier will enter in that date or an earlier date, whatever they want to quote. They can click save, and that'll be saved. And with the updated price and delivery, they can go through and do that with each line item depending on what their quoted price and delivery date is for each of those, and then they'll save. And so what you'll notice is that so each of these are saved to the opportunity, but these are not submitted to the customer. And so the customer's contact information that sent this out is always available right there. So if the supplier has any questions, they always have this contact section up here to ask questions if there's any any confusion. But to finalize the submission, the supplier just needs to click submit quote, and then it'll update and the quote will be submitted to the customer. And importantly, the supplier is not able to make any more updates. They can see what they submitted, but if they need to make updates from this point in time, they need to directly contact the customer, and then the buyer is able to make those updates. The supplier is not able to update those anymore. But so what we just did, we went through and created a free supplier account. The supplier responded to the opportunity that was in their queue submitted to them by the buyer. And now in the next video, we're going to go through as the buyer, review the pricing and the quotes that were submitted from the suppliers. We're going to create an award and then create a purchase order. Thanks.